This is Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom. Words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust you'll consider this like your vitamin or your mineral supplement for your heart and mind. And wherever you receive podcasts, would you please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom and leave a rating and a brief written review. I've found a couple of folks so far that are going to be a part of my coaching cohort. I have room on my calendar next week to talk to two more of you. Just go to drronblake.com/call, get on my calendar, and let's see if there's a possibility of coming alongside and working together. I trust you're having a great day. There is a book that I found so helpful quite a while ago. I've read it, I believe, 3 to 4 times. It's Jeff Olson's book, The Slight Edge. I have never met Jeff Olson. I do not get any kickbacks for it, but if you're looking for a good book that will help you, I highly, highly recommend Jeff Olson's The Slight Edge. I want to talk about it for a few moments on this podcast, how just consistently doing little things incrementally over time bring a significant change into your life. If you want to talk about 3 of the main points in Jeff's book, it is find something that's easy to do and begin there. It's sort of like with small habits and habit stacking. Do something small. Our problem and why most of us fail is if we need to lose weight, we set ourselves up for failure by saying something like, I'm going to lose 60 pounds by next Saturday. I'm going to the gym for 25 hours a day until it happens. I'm going to get out of debt in a month if you're deeply in debt. We have this belief that the only decisions that are really important in life are the large life-altering decisions. Where am I going to work? Who am I going to marry? Where am I going to live? And those are significant decisions. But really, it is the series of everyday decisions, day in and day out, that really make or break our lives. And so rather than saying, I'm going to read 300 books this year, why don't you set a goal to say, I'm going to read 10 pages from an inspirational or a book in which I will learn something about my craft, my life, my spiritual well-being, how to improve vocationally, and read 10 pages. That's easy to do. Nearly anyone, whether you like to read or don't like to read, whether you're an excellent reader, whether you're a poor reader, everyone can commit to reading 10 pages a day. But here's the rub. It's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do, because you're tempted to say on a day when you're really in a hurry, well, I really don't have time to read these 10 pages today. It'll only be 20 tomorrow. And then we wake up one day and we've just given up. That's why just say you're going to the gym for 10 minutes. Now, what will usually happen is once you get dressed and once you get your shoes on and once you get in your car and once you get there and you get things going, and 10 minutes goes by rather rapidly, you think, I'll stay another 10 minutes. Another decision that would be easy to do is just commit for the next month to walk around the block every day. It's easy to do. But anything that's easy to do is also easy not to do. You have to get yourself trained that I'm going to do the things that others won't do, and I'm going to do them even when I don't see the results. In my own life, as I went through a major life change of losing weight and getting healthy, what helped me was I decided to begin to gauge and to track certain habits, not caring as much about the results. I was going to do so much cardio, so much strength training, go to the gym this amount of days. If I was in a motel, I was dutiful to go to the workout room in the motel. And I want to tell you, some of them are very lacking. Some are nice, but most are not. But you put in the work, even when I couldn't see the results. I shifted from the results to just doing what I had committed to doing. And it is almost as if, in the eyes of people, I became an overnight success because the change happened slowly over time. So that's really the second principle that Jeff talks about. Small decisions will lead to great things. Small decisions done over time. One of the things that he reiterates throughout his book is that it is the multiplier of time. You can do small things today and do the same small thing tomorrow and the same small thing the next day and so forth. And any one of those days does not seem to be overly impactful or life-changing. But it is not just the great life-altering decisions that you've made that have changed your life. More than likely, you are where you are today because of a series of small decisions you have made day in and day out, and they have compounded. And that slight edge has become an enormous edge. I think one of the encouraging things is, I'm a little older than others, is it's never too late to start. There are sometimes you think, well, I'm too old, or I've ruined my health. I've smoked, or I've drank in excess, and I've gained a lot of weight. There are books out there that saying it's never too late to stop smoking, to start exercising, to start practicing good nutrition, and the body has this fabulous ability to heal itself. We are endowed by our Creator. It is the psalmist who said we are fearfully and wonderfully made. It's never too late to start. The Chinese proverb that I enjoy that says, when was the best time to plant an oak tree? The answer, 20 years ago. When's the second best time to plant an oak tree? Today. When was the best time to start saving for retirement? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. When's the best time to start an exercise regimen? 20 years ago. The second best time is today. It's never too late. Again, it's not those life-altering decisions that you've made that have put you where you are. It is those series of small decisions you have made over time. If you're going to allow the slight edge to work in your life, you have to begin to view your actions. You have to begin to view your actions through the eyes of time. It is no success in our lives has ever come immediately or instantaneously. No collapse is sudden or precipitous. They are both products of the slight edge. You think about people who are bankrupt morally and have lost out in life. It wasn't a decision they made the day before. It was a series of small decisions made over time that led to a disaster. But let's not talk about that as much as we need to talk about it is the small decisions you have made day in and day out that will lead you to success, that will indeed make a difference in your life. You can do it. They're not hard decisions. You just have to get up and do them. Because successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. They take full responsibility for how their decisions are going to work in their life and how they can have a slight edge by just making positive, incremental, small decisions day in and day out. Do the things you've committed to do. We're close enough to a new year that you probably have some resolutions or some goals or some things that you said you were going to work on. Be a man or woman of integrity and commit to doing them. Do them even when no one else is watching. If you have committed to exercise, start walking around the block, take that exercise class, join the Y or the local gym or health club. If you said you're going to get out of debt, then stop charging things. Begin to focus and force your extra money into the areas that will pay that debt down. If you said you're going to begin saving for retirement, open a retirement account today. And even if it's just a few dollars that they'll take, start taking positive steps right now. Make sure that you don't just think I'm going to make this large, enormous decision and then just decide to do it. One of the things that will help you in the slight edge or making any changes in your life is you need to somehow in your life cultivate and create the habit of a sort of daily review, weekly review, monthly review, but daily review what you have done. I think Brendon Burchard, I don't know him personally, nor I've never met him or get no kickbacks, but he has a planner that I think is very helpful. Because at the end of the day, you kind of evaluate the day. What did I do that was successful? What did I do that moved me along my goal path? What were some of the things that I really need to improve on? And I think you and I will only get better when we evaluate how the day went. It was a slight edge that carved out the Grand Canyon. Slight incremental changes over time can do anything. You just have to give it enough time. You have to make the right decisions and do so even when people aren't looking. You're going to have to be accountable. All my life I have heard this, that luck is when preparedness meets opportunity. Well, first of all, I'm skeptical about luck. But it's not preparedness meeting opportunity. It's preparedness, period. You got to get prepared. The world belongs to the prepared. The prepared is the person who starts walking around the block, who starts saving their resources, who starts reading a minimum of 10 pages a day, and then it grows. It grows from there, and you will incrementally get better and make improvements. You just can't fall into the trap of only doing what you can see. That's what's wrong with our world. You have to sow seed. You have to cultivate. And then comes the harvest. Spread as much of the seed as you can, but you have to do the work day in and day out of cultivating those habits. Cold days, rainy days, dark days, every day in between. You must do that. You need to make your decisions not on the results you see at present, but what you know will happen if you continue to do this over time. Begin looking at things through the lens of time. It will be so significant and help you moment by moment. You can make a difference. I want to tell you that you have to be interested in continual improvement. Now, I do something, and I have been criticized for it, but that is I go to the gym with my AirPods, and I listen to podcasts and I listen to audible books while I'm exercising. And I listen to things that I want to learn, inspiration to get better. Therefore, I'm doing two things at one time. I'm exercising my body and I'm exercising my mind. There are others that say you should be singularly focused. Now, a lot of people, when they go to the gym, listen to music. I'm not as apt to listen to music as I am to listen to the human voice because I want to learn something. I want to know more tomorrow than I know today. I want to know more next week than I know now. And the only way I know how to do that is to read and expose myself to ideas and concepts. It's just the slight edge, if I can say another thing about Jeff's book. The slight edge is a journey of continuous improvement, learning, and refinement. It's all about getting better and making the changes slowly over time. I heartily recommend, if you haven't caught on, that you go out and buy Jeff Olson's book, The Slight Edge. You've been listening to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom, words on leadership, goal setting, productivity, and a whole lot more. I trust that today this has been like a vitamin and a mineral for your heart and mind. And wherever you receive podcasts, please subscribe to Dr. Ron's Words of Wisdom and leave a rating and a brief written review. It will help others to be able to locate this podcast. Hey, get on my calendar and join my coaching cohort to see if we can work together and I can help you get unstuck or reach your goals or stop procrastinating and reach your dreams. Just go to drronblake.com/call. I have 2 openings in my calendar next week. Go ahead and get on my calendar and I will give you a call. Listen, my leadership friend, you're doing better than you think you are. You are making a difference day in and day out. And until next time, this is Dr. Ron saying, have a great and blessed day.